Have you just started lifting and been consistent with full body or any other split and you're thinking about changing it? Or have you thought to yourself, I want to go to the gym, but I don't want to see any progress at all? Well, introducing my upper-lower split for absolutely zero, positively zero gains. Before we get into this, be open-minded with your exercise selection. You don't have to, with a lot of my, with the exercises that I list, they're not like directly exercises. It's just like variations of exercises. So you can take something like a Jeff Nippard, like cable row or something like that, where he's like doing it one at a time, or you can just straight up use like the bent barbell row, having to sit on like a box. That way you can, lift all the weight up and not really like pay attention to the, I mean, like, this isn't like really ego lifting. It's more of like new school, old school, like this or that, yin and yang. You get what I'm not trying to diss Arnold here, but have like a mixture, you know what I mean? Have like one exercise where it's like all the way to the right, and then one where it's all the way to the left, and then just for the majority of the exercises, keep it like in this like middle portion, you know what I mean? I just put Mike here because his philosophy is just sort of like the now, but it's a little outdated, so I just put him like in the middle. So if you don't want to do bent barbell rows, then do the Jeff Nippard rows. If you don't feel like working out 6 times a week, twice a day, work out once every like 4 years or something like that. I'm just kidding. So this is upper. So I do 3 sets with each of these exercises. When I do one set, I feel like I'm just cheating myself out of gains, because a lot of people say, oh, you don't need 3 sets, you only need 1 or 2. But 3 is just a magic number that I've always worked with. So whenever I only do 1 set, I feel like I'm cheating myself, even if I'm training, Dorian Yates style. Oh shoot, I mean, that's 3 times, that's 3 points of how hard can you go. I rarely do like the reps in reserve. I either do it to the point where I know I'm going to fail the next one, or I fail the next one. So yeah, just train hard, you know what I mean? I like to do these superset. I've always done superset. This saves so much time, so much, like, it is actually insane. You don't want to go crazy on superset though. You don't, like, because sometimes, like, you'll do like the barbell rows, and then right as you get onto the bench, like, you feel exhausted, so you kind of have to like take a brief rest, you know what I mean? That's why I put the brief rest thing here. These tricep extensions and the wrist curls, these are going to be super easy to just blow through. So that's why pause, but like that's why I put them at the end there. Reps, I should say that. Compounds, I just do 8 to 12. That's just like, because if you do it, I would do like lower, like 5 to 8, but your form breaks down, and you don't really want that. You don't really want to like just jump the weight as a beginner, because I'm a beginner basically. But from what I've heard, you don't want to like jump the weight too much. You know what I mean? You gotta nail down the form. I do this like 4 times a week. So I'll do upper on Tuesday and Saturday, and then I do lower on Thursday and Sunday. So today is a Sunday, but it's Easter, plus my left knee has been giving me some trouble, so I just made this to pass the time. So we got bench in the row, classic superset combination. You know what? You can do any kind of like bench, really. You can do dumbbell bench. I used to do that a lot, but now I'm switching to a barbell because I feel like I'm just, with some of my exercises, I was going to Jeff Nippard on them. Like, no offense, but I'm just saying, like I wasn't really using barbells a lot, but man, barbells are insanely good. So yeah. Another thing is, when you're doing rows, do them like Dorian Yates is doing right here, underhand grip, because your bicep, when you do them with the overhand grip, you're basically limiting the power that you can give it, because when you fully supinate, no, supinate is when the bicep is fully activated. But when you pronate your wrist, it actually makes it weaker. So, meaning that your brachioradialis and your brachialis have to put more effort into that, when you could just do underhand grip and then have like 100% full, like, your arms can blast through it. The only problem is you can't really fully extend your arms fully when you're doing underhand, because your biceps are kind of weak. So that's like why I can see people doing like the overhand grip. So yeah, just bench, do whatever. Incline, I don't know about decline because we got dips here. But yeah, next one, overhead press, pull up or pull down. Pull downs are, if you can't do a pull up yet, I can't, as I'm recording this. So, I'm not gonna be like a know-it-all, okay? Because I don't know it all. But from what I've heard, like, if you can't do pull-ups, if you have a assisted pull-up machine, use that. Overhead press is insanely busted. A lot of people say, oh, if you do bench or something like that, you don't need to care about your front delts. You kind of do. At first, I was like, oh, okay, well, there's nothing that really isolates your front delts, so I might as well do front raises. But front raises, like, my shoulders felt weird when I do them, so I stopped doing them, because it's so weird. I'll do like lateral raises or like the rear delt flies, and my shoulders feel weird. But overhead press, I have no problems with whatsoever. Even though I'm only overhead pressing like 50 pounds. Also, another thing with pull-ups, pull-ups are insanely busted. Like a lot of calisthenics people, they do pull-ups, and their lats are absolutely diabolical. Okay, look at Arnold's back right here, at like the Christmas tree back. Look at this, the wide grip pull-ups built this dude's back, and also the barbell rows. I mean, with your back, you mainly just got to do rows and pull-ups. After that, you're good. You're literally good. You don't need to do anything else for your back. Next up, rear delt flies, rear delt flies, and curls, bicep curls, any kind. Rear delt flies, I prefer the machine one because my shoulders don't feel like they're gonna snap. And then curls, a barbell curl is good. That's what I've been doing, because it mainly just like the strength aspect of it. You can do like dumbbell curls. That's what I used to do like a lot. That's actually how I started. I just took 2-pound dumbbells. I just started curling away, and then went up to 5 pounds, then 10 pounds, then 15. Then I got up to 20. And then I tried doing 25 because I was like, oh, well, I've been doing 20 reps for curls, so I should lower it down to 8 to 12 because that's what Jay Cutler said. But then I was ego lifting, so I was like, you know what, I need to choose a different variation. You can do dumbbell rear delt flies, you can do the cable ones, or just do the machine, and then the curls, do whatever curl. Do machine, cable, there's like literally thousands of variations. Next up, we got dips. Dips, insanely underrated. I just recently was able to do dips. I think the most I've done it in a set was like 5 or 6. Nah, it was 5. It was 5. But dips are insanely good. This will actually like blow up your overhead press by a lot, because I remember like the first 2 workouts that I did dips. I was actually able to, I got like 2 extra reps with each set of my overhead press. So yeah, dips are insanely busted. You don't ever have to do decline bench or nothing like that. Just do dips. If you can do dips, like spam dips, bro. get to the point where you can wear a weight belt, and then you will literally have triceps like no other human being, bro. You'll have like you'll have horseshoe triceps in no time. And then hammer curl, the brachialis. If we look at Arnold over here, there's this little peak, or obviously his peak. But there's the tricep, but there's this middle bump right here. If you can see it, that is the brachialis. And the brachialis really rounds your arm. So if you didn't train this, like you'd have really wide arms. But if you were to look at it horizontally, it would just be flat. But this would round out your bicep. It would literally look like a ball, basically, like a volleyball. So very underrated. It also gets the brachioradialis. If we look at his forearms right here. So if you want juiced up forearms, if you want absolute grippers, you got it. You can't skip hammer curls. You can do reverse curls as well. This also gets your brachioradialis and your brachialis, and it also completely not completely, but just fully weakens the bicep, meaning that it's these things. But the hammer curl, like your priority is to get the brachialis. Reverse curls if you want to get the forearm look. Next up, we got lateral raises and whatever, you know what I mean. Lateral raises, you can do cable. I like to do that, and get a little bit of some Jeff Nippard action, science-based lifting action. Because delts, that's like the make or break, you know what I mean. If you don't have big delts, you're not gonna look big, you know what I mean. So you gotta have delts. I don't have delts whatsoever, so I'm spamming these. I'm doing whatever it takes. And I used to do shrugs with these, but the problem is I do them with a trap bar, which the layout of my gym was here. Let me just use this as an example. So this is the entrance, and then this is like the heavy duty area. So the cables are like somewhere around here. So I'll be like doing the cable lateral raises. Then I'd have to walk all the way over here, get the trap bar, and then do the shrugs. And then I'd have to set it down all the way back, and then do the cable, the lateral raises all the way. It was too long, and I didn't want. What if somebody else wanted to use the trap bar? But it's just like there. I don't want to leave a mess, so I stopped doing them. I know that there's like just the regular barbells over here, but
you can be uncomfortable with the barbell rubbing up over your thighs and testicles. Right.
So then we have overhead extension, like an overhead tricep extension, and rest curl. The tricep extension mainly for the long head. So the bottom is the long head, basically. So you got the bicep, and then you have the double bicep, which is the long head. This is what's gonna make, but like this is what makes your arm look big when you're hitting those poses. So yeah, you want to do something like this, like Frank Zane is doing here. One thing I'd recommend is locking your elbow like right above your shoulder and then doing it. Like right now, like I have nothing in my hand and I'm doing that because yesterday I did this and I was going like beyond failure, and it literally like I can feel it stretching. It's crazy. It's crazy, okay? This is insanely busted. And then wrist curls. Wrist curls, insanely underrated. When I first did the one full body workout split that I did, the only thing I did for forearms were hammer curls. I did no wrist curls or anything. I started doing wrist curls, I'd say maybe November or December, somewhere around there. If you do this high reps, like no pump work, like you're still going like beyond failure. But yeah, if you do high reps on this, high weight, high intensity, you know what I mean? your forearms are going to explode, literally. Your veins are going to be popping. It's going to be crazy. Do not skip wrist curls. Next up. Okay, lower. This is going to be hard like cock, okay? This is going to make you cry. When you're doing each of these exercises, you're going to want to just escape the gym, okay? It's going to feel like you're running outside the building because there's a fire, except for you are the fire. You are burning everything. You are exhausted. You are tired. This is why I only do this for 4 days a week, because the absolute intensity is you have to train hard with legs, okay? Nobody's going to have quads like the quad father himself, Tom Platz, if you're going to be training pump work, okay? You have to be progressing. You have to be doing, look at this guy with these sissy squats right here. He is crying, screaming. Dude, there is just, it is torture. This is torture, but this is how you get Emma Frost legs, okay? So anyways, gonna be hard again. 3 sets, superset. I'd say brief rest. You want to, especially with squats, you're gonna have to rest a decent amount. You know what I mean? I don't know about supersetting that much, but if you want to superset, if you hate yourself, go for it. You know what I mean? So we got squats. Okay, you can't skip these. You gotta do something that's like them. Okay, barbell squats. There's no other movement like them. Okay, this is literally how bro got his legs like this. It was a squat. I mean, he didn't have long femurs. If you have long femurs, then you're kind of screwed because you can't really get that much quad action. You're just mainly gonna get hamstring and ass. But yeah, if you can do squats, do them. Never skip squats if you can do them. If you can't do them, do leg press. I don't like leg press because there's a lot of videos out there of people literally just snapping their legs, and I know that would never happen, but if you're smart about it, then you can do leg press. But if you're scared, then just stick with the squat. Next up we got, again, if you want to superset this, dude, just do probably do the crunch. That's your best bet. I used to superset calf raises with squats. That is a massive mistake. Crunch is your best bet because I guess you can feel your abs more. I don't know if that's gonna weaken your abs. If it does weaken your abs, that's not good because you want to stabilize your core when you're doing squats. So yeah. So either just do squats, wait 2 minutes, and then squat again, or you can superset it if you want. I wouldn't recommend that. Next, we got the Emma Frost machine. This is the middle part of the thigh right here. This is how you're gonna look like Emma Frost. Okay, this is how you get the Emma Frost build. Cause notice how Mr. Platt's knees are off to the side. So if it was showing, you would only see his quad, but you wouldn't see this middle area. So the middle, and now that you can see the middle area, now you can see hamstring, the abductor part. Basically, you want to do this. I go 20 reps on this. I go pretty high reps. It is kind of pump work, but at the same time, I'm doing this to failure. Doing it hard, not just doing it, just sitting on the machine, just doing half-ass reps. Going to failure. You can actually go beyond failure if you want. If you're stable enough, you can just kind of close your legs together with it. But yeah, so this is very underrated. A lot of people don't train their abductors. Do that. That's how you're gonna get legs like Emma Frost, okay? And if you're on gear, that's how you're gonna get Tom Platt's legs. And and then leg raises for the lower abs. I just do this early on because if I do it too late in the workout, I just feel exhausted and I can barely do any, and then I start to get that 4-pack look. So make sure you're doing leg raises. Next we got lunges. Lunges are very, very slept on because people just do deadlifts. Ronnie Coleman, there's plenty of videos of him, lunging with like 200 pounds on his back. And that's how we got his glutes. You know what I mean? Not only from squatting, not only from all these other exercises, but lunges. You know what I mean? Lunges are very, very underrated, and they have a purpose in the real world when you're out doing day-to-day shit. You gotta sit down, you gotta tie your shoe, you gotta lunge down. Calf raises, you can go ham on these if you have like twig legs, which is what I do, because this is a no gains workout plan. So I have to do calf raises. I do these for high reps. I used to do 30 reps, minimum 15, and I would do these to failure. And I used to be really good at them, but the problem is when I'd go up, I would bend my legs and then straighten them out. So it was mainly like I was cheating with my quads, and you don't want to do that. And then the calf raise machine as well, the increments were like up 15 pounds. That's how you get to deloading pretty fast. That's how you're gonna get plateaued, because 15 pounds, even though it's your calves and your calves are always holding you up, 15 pounds is a lot. You know what I mean? So like if you have a calf raise machine that like uses plates, use that one, because 15 pounds, that is a little bit too much. Go up like at maximum, I'd say like 10. Like I'd say 5 is like what you want to go up by, because that way it's like the 2.5 pound plates. There's a reason why those exist. Okay. Then we got the leg extension, leg curl superset. This is like by far the easiest that you're gonna be supersetting. Very difficult though, especially now, because our leg extension machine, the seat had to get refurbished, so we didn't have the leg extension whatsoever. So I was honestly going to do sissy squats, but the thing was I never asked anybody how to do it, and I didn't trust myself with the YouTube videos that I watched. Even with Tom Platz himself basically explaining it, I still felt like I couldn't do it properly. Leg curl, you can do Nordic curls. This is mainly what's gonna get your hamstring. Again, Tom Platz. I know this dude is like the king of legs. Okay, you gotta get all of your information basically from him, and your motivation too. Because this guy, dude, if you watch some of his like clips where he's like doing the leg extensions or stuff like that, like the one where he literally just says "kill me," like dude, that is tough. Okay, that is tough with 2 F's. With 3 F's actually. But yeah, he was talking about how because if you don't know, he had a lower back like deformity, which is actually why he didn't squat when he was younger. So the hamstring curl machine basically allowed him to work his hamstrings without having to do Romanian deadlifts, because he used to do Romanian deadlifts, but because of the deformity, it made his back feel like it was about to snap, and that ain't good. So and you can push these, dude. You can push these if you get a buddy and you go like beyond failure. Like if you literally can't get it up anymore, like you're pushing and you still can't get it up, you can get a friend to push your legs and then hold it for a second and then just like lower it back down slowly. And then just repeat it until you literally like can't, bro. I swear you will be sweating, pissing, crying. You will have this face. Okay, you will literally be screaming, dude. Yeah, and then the leg extension. This again, the kill me thing and all that. This is like how you grow your quads, basically. Very good. Yeah, thank you guys for watching my upper lower split for absolutely zero gains. I really hope that you can take this take some of this information if if you just started, or you've been working out for quite a while now. I know for a fact nobody that is like actually like a professional bodybuilder is watching this. So yeah, that's how you get the Arnold upper and the Emma Frost lower. Yeah, thank you guys. I'm tired now. I wanna like go to bed or something.